Hey, good to see all of you again. Thank you so much for coming back and watching my video. Those who have not, I hope you enjoy this one, and I hope you go and watch all the others that I've made. So I just have a question for you guys. How many of you get these mat cards? Sorry, the photo's backwards. And you're not really sure what to do with them. You get a whole pack of all kinds of different cards and journal boxes and stuff. And you've used a few of them, but you're just not real sure where to use the rest of them in your albums. I have an idea. I just think this is so much fun. I was visiting my aunt last week in uh, Washington State, and I was just playing around and I came up with this great idea. So let's go, and I'm going to show you my hands. Switch over here. And this particular mat card, this is brand new. This is the Birthday Bonanza mat cards and collection. So I was looking through these, and you've got just the basic ones where you can just put them on your page. Just this happy birthday. If you want the other side, it'll give you maybe room for some embellishments or a photo. So you just kind of figure out which side you want and you put it on your page. There's another one here that says, "You're very special." And again, if you turn it over, it usually has it horizontal instead of vertical. And you can cut these. It didn't occur to me to cut these one time. And I was watching some other advisors and they actually cut them up. So this one could be like cut in an oval, or you can just cut it down so it's not quite so big. So there's some options there. So then you've got the regular ones that are like journaling boxes. So you can cut these in half and you can journal on one side, you can freehand just on the other. There's several, some of them are full cards of journaling boxes like this one. And I don't know if it's been mentioned a whole lot before, but I know I've mentioned it. The most important thing that you want to put on your scrap pages are your photos and your journaling. So you want to at least have the who, what, when, where that goes with your photos. So it's important to use journaling boxes or just freehand your journaling and at least get the story on the page with your photos. So that's how you can use these basic mat cards. The other thing you can do is you can layer them and you can put the 4x6 card on top of the 4.5x6.5 card and just enhance it, make it look prettier. I really like doing this. I think it's really cool and they're the perfect sizes. But then the other thing that you can do is add 4x6 photo on top of these. So say you don't want to use the journaling boxes, put a 4x6 photo on top. And it's just a perfect mat for your photo. So you don't have to cut out other paper to mat your photo with these. Lots of things that you can do. But the most fun thing that I have found recently with these is to make borders out of them. This one is out of the Enchanted Princess. This was actually a mat card. It was a 4x6 mat card that I cut down because it was a vertical card. I cut 2 inches off the top, 2 inches off the bottom, and I put it together. Then I added some decorative paper behind it. And then I added some more paper. I just cut small strips. This was a 1/2 inch strip. This is probably just a little over 1/4 of an inch strip. Added it onto the spots where I kind of stuck the card together on the sides, then added some stickers, and I had a really fun, easy border. Same with this one. This one is out of the Seas Please paper pack, but this 12-inch laser cut border is actually out of the stained glass laser cut borders that we had in a border buffet recently, and I wasn't real sure how to use these. So it was really fun. This is a mat card. This part here with all the trees on it, this is a mat card that was a 4x6 card that I actually cut in half. And you can't see it because I've got the seam covered up. Then I took one of these laser borders and just added it on top. And then I just added a couple of stickers. These I did pop up with foam squares. You kind of see that right there. So it's popped up just a little bit. You don't have to use the foam squares if you don't want to. And then I just used avocado cardstock on the back. So there again, it was a really simple, quick border. So I'm just going to show you that real quick. This was a mat card that I cut down. And I just didn't want all the journaling in the middle of it, but I really liked the decoration on the top and the bottom. So I actually cut this right here, put it in the middle, cut it down, um, and then I adhered it together. So this looks like it's a journal line, and this is a journal line. So I'll be able to journal in the middle of this right here. But I originally had the tape chips on it, and I took those off because I wanted to show you that you can actually use the regular tape runner to adhere it all the way across as well. Okay. Then this is a mat card. So here was a 4x6, and I cut it in half horizontally. I used the tape chips to weld it together. And now I'm just going to add a little bit more adhesive onto the back of this. And I'm going to put it onto a 2¼ inch piece of navy cardstock. Okay, so this is 2 inches. This is 2¼ inches for the cardstock. So it gives me just 1/8 of an inch on either side. Oh, hold on. Let me take the tape off the tape chips here. Okay, and I like this. I liked using the tape chips because it held it together until I was ready to actually use it without it sticking to something else. So I've added the tape runner to it, and I'm adding it onto the cardstock. Okay. Now my choice was to either use this laser cut border, which is again out of the stained glass collection or the package, or I could use this one, center it in the middle here, and then I'm going to put this on the top. So I'm going to kind of look at this here, kind of decide. I really liked this because it pulled out the colors that was in this mat card after cutting it down. But for some reason, it looks no, it doesn't look a little busy on the camera. It initially looked a little busy to me. So I chose this one, and I'm going to stick with this for now. I'm going to use the repositionable adhesive and my brand new little silicone mat here where the adhesive doesn't stick to it. And I'm going to put it down on the mat card that I've already cut. Center it on there. Then I'm going to add a little more adhesive to the back of this. Then I'm going to center it on here and just add it. So this is a real fun way to actually use the mat cards when you're not really sure what you want to do. And it makes a real quick, fun, easy border. So I'm going to demonstrate actually cutting some of these Cutting these up just a little bit different each time. Out of the Birthday Bonanza map pack. So this one is a 4x6 card. Okay, so this is one of the smaller ones. It's a 4x6. But I'm going to want this piece to be in the middle. So I'm going to take my trimmer and I'm going to cut this 2 inches because it's 6 inches tall. So I'm going to cut it at 2 inches, which really highlights this bottom part here. Then I'm going to cut this at 2 inches again. Okay. And I'm going to turn this over. So see how when you line it up like this, it just makes a full 12 inches all the way across at 2 inches. And I love the 2-inch size border. So I'm going to turn this over. And put a little bit of adhesive on the back here. Hold it together. Let's stick in your fingers. Okay. Do the same thing on this side. And just pushing it straight up against each other. So that when I turn it over, that's a full 12 inches. Okay. So now what I want to do is I want to take some of the paper from the regular Birthday Bonanza designer paper pack. So I think I'm going to use this one. And since this is 2 inches, I can cut this at either 2¼ or 2½, depending on how much of this paper I want to show. So I move this out of the way. Let's see, I'm going to line this up on here and see what it looks like. So since this border is really pretty plain, I can do 2½ inches and have 1/4 inch on each side show through, which will then enhance the border. So let's see, what's on the other side? I want to check the other side just in case it's directional and I want to use the full 12 inches on something else. But it's not, so I don't have to worry about it. So I'm just going to cut this at 2½ inches. And then I'm going to add a little more adhesive to this. Turn it over. Center it on the border. Just eyeball it. It's not exactly straight. There we go. Okay. So now it's on there. And if you look really close, you can see the seam on there. But then it's really easy to cover that up if you want to use another strip of paper just to add a little bit of more color and make it blend. So I think what I'm going to do is cut 1/4 inch piece here. I'm going to cut it from this side. And 1/4 inch, if you cut it moving the paper to the left, is right here at the end of this gray cutting mat. So I don't need a whole lot. So I'm just going to cut a little bit here. And I need my scissors. I didn't cut that all the way through. Now I'm going to cut this at 2 inches. I'm going to cut a little more, another piece at 2 inches. Okay, and I'm just going to put this right on top of those seams to cover it a little bit and add a little bit of extra color to the border. See, like that. It's the same with this one. So I just used the back side of the paper that I put underneath as the mat for this. Cover up the seam. Then I can use some embellishments. And finish it off. Cute, huh? Quick, easy, super fun border. I can't wait to use this in my granddaughter's birthday. Well, with her birthday photos in her album. This is so much fun because she demolished a cupcake for her birthday. And that one's done. So isn't that cool? So that was a 4x6 that I cut into 3 different pieces, which then made it the 12 inches. This one, you would do the same way. Okay, so you could cut 2 inches off the top, another 2 inches, another 2 inches, and lay it out straight across. And then you can add some extra balloons onto it as well. Okay, so we can do the same thing on that one that we did with this one. Now I'm going to show you one more. This over here. This one I'm going to cut a little differently. See how this one is a journal card? The journaling starts right here and goes across, and it leaves this on the side. This one again is a 4x6. I guess I just chose all 4x6s this time. But when I cut this, when I cut it here and then cut 2 more, you know what? As I think about this, it's not going to work exactly how I thought. Oh, this will work. Okay, so I'm going to cut 2 inches from the side here, but then I'm going to cut these across this way 2 inches because that's 4. Sorry, I had it planned out, but now I'm second guessing myself. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so 2. That's 4. Yeah, this I'm pretty sure this will work. So let's try this. Okay. So I'm going to cut 2 inches off of this side. Which is going to cut it right at the edge of this journaling. So it just leaves me an entire journal card. Now I'm going to turn it 90 degrees. This is 4 inches. So I'm going to cut it at 2 inches, which will give me 2 inches on each side. It actually cuts it right down that journal line. Okay. So I'm going to do the same thing. This actually makes 12 inches, but now not only do I have a border, I actually have a journal box to go with this. See how that works? And then I can take another sheet of paper That being 2 inches, I can make this one 2.5 inches. Okay, I'm just going to set these on here because you know how I need to would need to adhere them down. So you center it on here. So you have a journaling box and you have some really fun little streamer things, and add a hip hip hooray or a time to party. Add some more of these streamers. That was a little big. We'll put this one over here. And again, you have another border out of another mat card. So hope you guys enjoyed this. I thought it was a really fun idea. Just had to share it with all of you. And if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. If you liked this, and remember to subscribe to my channel and watch all the other videos that I've got out there. And click on the bell, and then that way it'll notify you when I've got an actual another video out. And if you do not have an advisor, feel free then to check out my website, www.creativememories.com/user/Deanne Castro. But please, if you already have an advisor, go talk to her, get this brand new birthday collection. It is fabulous. And not only can you make marvelous pages with them, you can also make marvelous borders out of the mat cards. As you can tell, I'm just pretty excited about this. So thank you again for watching. If you want to take a picture of the border that you make and send it to me, go ahead and send it to deannecmc2@yahoo.com. And hope you liked it, guys. And so until next time, I will talk to you later. Hope you have a really great, fabulous day, and talk to you next week. Thank you very much. Bye.